Oh, first of all, I want to show you something I got for Christmas. This is something Linda got me for Christmas. Check this out. Isn't that cool? It's a hat, but it's also a headlight. I might leave it on, in fact, because we're starting to lose the light. All right, welcome to part 2 of my bike ride. This Fulham, Soho to Fulham, Fulham to Soho. So this is me. It's 1979. I live in that tower block that's no longer there. And I'm setting out. It's maybe October 1979. I'm setting out to do my stint. I'm MC of the original comedy store. It's an exciting time. Comedy is about to change forever. And it's about 10:30, 11 o'clock. I'm riding to 69 Dean Street, Soho, to do the running order and get the show started and change comedy forever. So I think I'd come this way. Came slightly stupid route. And there's actually less shops. So we were just talking that, I mean, the house is a really expensive area. The houses here are £2 million or something. But there's actually less shops here than there was in the 70s and the 80s. Because posh people don't really inhabit their areas, do they? Just live in the houses, but then they drive or Uber to their old Etonian reunions and, get their food delivered and shit these days. And, they don't really benefit the area in any way. Posh people. This used to be a kind of it's a bit of an antiques kind of nexus here. That barber shop was where I used to get my hair cut, and that's where I first had my head shaved when I started to go bald. This has suddenly got busy with kids letting out from school. It's bringing back a lot of memories, all this, but they're all really boring, so I won't really bother telling you. A Co-op used to be a pub, used to be a lot. There was a sort of a late night wine bar there. Lesbian wine bar, I think. We got very drunk. Linda was sick all the way back to our tower block. Oh, my mate Harry used to love it, didn't he? Yeah. There's still quite a lot of sort of antique. My friend Harry lived in a mansion block just the other way there. We could have gone past that. Bastard. Still quite a lot of antiques. Antique shops, antique places. I noticed also, I suppose partly because we're in West London, that there's aeroplanes in the sky in almost as great a frequency as they used to be. So that's something I haven't noticed really. I haven't noticed any planes in the sky for about a year. Oh, now there's a good, that school there for a while when I was really hard up, I was the assistant caretaker, which meant basically I cleaned the kids' toilets and swept up and stuff. So it was only like a 3-minute walk from the back of the tower block. I used to use a sweep across the yard because I had to start really early, and then go home and have a lie down for a bit because it was amazingly badly paid. And one day the lollipop man saw me and he reported me to the caretaker and I got fired. And I always said that the only reason I learned to drive is because I was going to come back and run that lollipop man over. They give them a uniform, they turn into Hitler, don't they? That pub there, the Ralston, it used to be called the Clement Attlee. This is actually the Clement Attlee estate, where the Labour Party would name shit after themselves. I don't know whether it's still the Clement Attlee estate or whether it's been renamed as the Stormzy estate or something, or the fucking Keir Starmer, the bastard twat estate maybe. But it's still quite striking sort of quite interesting sort of late 1950s rather nice buildings actually. Those blocks on the road there. This is the top end of what used to be North End Road Market. So this is the way I think I would go. I would be going to a comedy store on my bicycle. There's a toy shop there, Patrick's Toys. That was there when we were there. Isn't that amazing? Something that's still there from the 70s, almost unheard of. Coming up to what was called Exhibition Centre, which I think is also now gone. So many memories, so many amazing little memories I've got here. Bringing them really, really not worth. Some of the stories I really couldn't tell you about things that went on in some of these houses and some of these hotels and some of these pubs. Really, really dull anecdotes. Yeah, there's where Earls Court isn't anymore. A Jack Shack. Who'd have thought there'd be a Jack Shack? There, not open, but it's a huge site, isn't it? Wow. So I never really liked Earls Court, so I'm not that bothered that it's gone. Brompton Cemetery. At Tesco's was a pub as well. It was a gay pub. This was a bit of a gay strip back in my day. And I've got an anecdote. There's a pub, the next pub we come to on the right was Coleherne, which was a kind of leather boys pub. And oh, Troubadour. Oh, that's still there, that's good. I'm not going to tell the anecdotes about the Coleherne right now though. Are those mansions on the right? where Princess Diana lived when she met Prince Charles. And so when you used to cycle along here, there'd be a little mini metro parked outside and hundreds of photographers for a while. So, yeah. One of the things I suppose about, at least the rich people that lived here in, when I lived here in the 70s and the 80s, but they lived here, but the thing that you walk around parts of South Kensington where we're heading for and Chelsea, and it's completely dead because so many of the flats are owned by Russian gangsters or, I don't know, oligarchs. So many of them are just owned, I guess, and they're only used for a week a year, the most, so it's at night. So it's completely empty, completely dead, these neighbourhoods. Don't you fucking dare. Tendido Cero. That's been there a while. That's a very beautiful pub, that. Those terracotta tiles. Very handsome. Years since I've been around here. Ferrari dealership still, always a sign of, always was a Ferrari dealership in all fairness, even in the 70s, so there's the servants picking up the children from school, causing a roadblock. Yeah, you may just have to enjoy this for the scenery, because I'm not saying anything profound. I used to, if you just come to these videos, this is the first time you've watched one of these videos, cycling blogs, I used to say the most amazing things, really, really interesting, insights, kind of philosophical observations, anecdotes, geographical profundities, but that's not happening on this. I might go through the park. Should we go through the park?
Sounds lovely.
Yeah, let's do that. But it probably wouldn't be the way I'd go to, the way I would have gone to Comedy Store, but I think we'll go through the park. I'm tired of this, a bit tired of the conceit anyway that I'm cycling to. Now 99B, of course, if you read my memoirs, that's where the basement of 99. I lived in that basement when I first came to London. Very squalid, very squalid circumstances. There. If you want to buy my memoirs, you can read all about it. So this is Queensgate. I think built at the time of the Great Exhibition of 1851, I think. It's part of the whole Albert Memorial, Albert Hall, all that Michigas. Many embassies here. French Lycée. This is the edge of the... Yeah, don't indicate, will you? Kids, go! Arseholes. Got much museum, that is, isn't that awful? I know that's the headquarters of the Boy Scout Association. Yeah. It's a Natural History Museum and then it's the V&A, isn't it? I should... they're getting, those kids are getting quite a speed up on those Ken Livingstone bikes. I'll give them that. Ken Livingstone stopped the war in Iraq bikes. In fact, this way, I think we might actually pass the spot where Salal's dad was held hostage at the Iranian embassy. I'll see when he catches up to me. I'll carry on.
How do you feel?
Fine, yeah, fine. I was just telling the viewers though, this is where your dad was held hostage, wasn't it? Just down there.
Yes, indeed.
Bring back. It was back before you were born.
We just passed the Iraqi embassy.
Yeah. Oh, is that what?
I noted how there was no security at the door or anything.
Right.
And I thought, haven't they learned?
Clearly not. It's down. It's that way, isn't it? The Iranian embassy.
The Iranian, Hyde Park Corner.
No, it says it's just there, Princess Gate.
Princess Gate, yes. I wasn't alive then, Alex.
You should know where your dad was held hostage. So. I switched my headlight off, so in case I might have been think I was dazzling the viewers with my headlight.
Still on?
Oh, is my headlight still on? Is it? I thought it was still off. Oh, never mind then. Fuck it.
You'll be all right.
Yeah. But, oh yes, Albert Memorial, Albert Hall, Queen Victoria, blah blah blah. Hyde Park.
Is that it there?
Is that what? Yeah, it's the
That's
Iranian
where
embassy.
the embassy is.
Yeah.
I haven't been here in yonks, huh?
That's where it happened. And we saw it from that our block of flats. I remember seeing a plume of smoke going up. And I said to Linda, they've gone in, and that's what the SAS had stormed the building. Oh, it's a bike lane there. I should be on that. Sorry, drivers. I'm being a menace. I'll go to this junction and then cut across. Being very considerate. This is all new since my time. I could have gone that way. Never mind. Might go. No, we'll go this way. We'll go this way. There's the Serpentine Gallery on our left. Serpentine Pond on our right. Stewards for what might be Winter Wonderland, I suppose. I'm not sure. I don't know what else they're doing there. Fancy looking cafe. It's nice. It's pleasant. It used to be when I came through. When you used to come through here in the 70s, 80s, 90s. This faculty used to have to dice it with the traffic. It was all right though. You could get quite a speed up coming round this bend. It just felt quite exciting. I think there is as well. If we'd come up Exhibition Road, there's a Dutch kind of theory of traffic management called something like shared space, where you take away all the signage and you don't have bike lanes and stuff. You don't have pavements. Everybody just kind of mixes all up together, and I sometimes think that's a better option in some ways than these separate bike lanes. If everybody's just all mixed in together and everybody civilises each other. But that is not the accepted philosophy. Is that what I think Exhibition Road is the one place where that experiment was tried out. Maybe at some point we'll get a traffic expert or a town planner or something, and we can discuss that on the podcast. Is this rotten road? It's horses. You get horses riding here. Horses, I tell you. And we'll go along. Cycle lane ahead closed. Followed. What do you reckon? I think we'll just ignore that, shall we? Which way is he going? He's going on the pave. He's going. That's just a fucking bike lane. What are you talking about? I suppose the pavement. Yeah, all being taken down. It's being. Oh, we're going to go past the mound, I think, as well. You know, that thing that was Westminster Council built. It's a hollow structure that you can just go up. It's about the height. Oh, he's gone. It's about the height of a 4-storey building and gives you a view of virtually nothing. They were trying to charge for it at first, but now at least it's free, I think. And I went up there. The family came down during the summer. I went up there. It was all right. I like a disappointing. I'm very keen on a disappointing public monument or failed attempt at a. You know, whatever. I don't know what you call it when you failed attempt at a thing. So yeah, we should get a good view of the mound as we come this way. Of course, we're approaching Marble Arch. This is also Tyburn, of course, Tyburn Tree, where you was hanged, where the gallows was. You was hanged here if you'd stolen a loaf, or if you'd badmouthed the king. Then this is where you was hanged. So Winter Wonderland is built over the spirits of thousands of unjustly executed dead souls. I don't really want to duke it out with the traffic on Hyde Park, Marble Arch. So let's follow this bike route, shall we? Take the safer route. And we go through, this will take us through Grosvenor Square. That way. I don't think, we'll go to the top of Dean Street, we'll stop there. I don't think we actually literally have to go back to the original Comedy Store. So I'm tired of that conceit. Usually, oh, there it is here. Usually come at this in the other direction. Now this way, of course, on our left is the, there's the new bike lane. Seems about time. So I'm going to go straight ahead, because on our left is the monument to, for the animals killed in all the wars, I think. Well, some people sneer at that, but I think fair enough. I did that. I don't think there's any. Well, there is the odd cat, isn't there? A ship's cat, I suppose. You can't really get cats to. I think it's rather nice. Can't really get cats to help in wartime. dogs and donkeys. Oh yeah. This is where the American Embassy used to be, Grosvenor Square. I've thrown rocks at this building many occasions. And then when I worked in the civil service, they used to show films. You just walk in, more or less walk in. They used to show film. When I worked in the civil service in the 1976, I used to take extraordinary long lunch breaks and come and see films, black and white films at the American Embassy. That was so alright then. Different world, wasn't it? Surprisingly, they've kept the facade, I think, but they haven't. It was a kind of signature star architect 1960s building, the US Embassy, 1960s. But they have only kept the facade and not the actual building, which I'm sort of surprised at, really, myself. I think we'll go left here and then onto Oxford Street. It's the Marriott Hotel, and this is Mayfair. Kind of the distinctive red brick, deep red brick that they use for a lot of Mayfair. Slightly elaborate architectural style. Again, more that terracotta, like in that pub we saw on the old Brompton Road. Edwardian, I guess. A lot of this is. So we are on London's Oxford Street, January the 7th, 2022. Not dead. Not exactly buzzing either. Not fucking buzzing, man. Seems a kind of I don't know. Seems kind of pointless shopping now. Can't see the sense in it anymore. Chrysalis Records used to be down that street there. Nothing else to say about that. House of Frazier, owned by the department store, owned by the famous stupid woman videoing herself. What fucking arsehole, I fancy going around videoing yourself. It's despicable, isn't it? Behaviour. Oh, it's a gamble. Shall we wait for this taxi to pull off? Yeah, I think so. The door is closing. I think it is. Yeah, so yeah, House of Fraser, department store owned by the US sitcom star, Kelsey Grammer. Do you remember there was, do you remember Soul to Soul had a shop on Tottenham? I don't know why you're saying remember, because I'm sure you don't. Soul to Soul, the band Soul to Soul, they had a shop on Tottenham Court Road. And we sold all there. I said Prince had, I don't know whether I invented it. I said, or I remember on my TV show that Prince had his own shop. From which he used to sell his famous tinned salmon. Gary Glitter, of course, had a sandwich bar on Leicester Square, which gave us all a bad name. All those sandwich bar owners. That was Top Shop there, it's now Nike Town. This is Oxford Circus. Now, at Oxford Circus, they repaved this at a cost of like £2 million, so you could diagonal cross. So they had these like paving stones in an X to encourage people to cross diagonally. And then a few months later, it was just tarmacked over with this. And I have never found out where all the money went or why they did that, really. It was one of those, we live, people go on rightly about Boris Johnson and his flat refurbishments and what have you, but we've always lived in a time of pork barreling and scandal and people.
But God says in His holy word, who created the heavens and the earth and the universe and everyone that lives on it, Him, God says.
He seems a bit angry. There's always been, of course, Labour councils have been some of the worst with that kind of jiggery pokery over the years, and very much, I think, returning to that kind of Labour Party, if we ever left it. It's getting dark now. Christmas lights are switched off because it's not Christmas. And we are approaching, again approaching Dean Street in Soho. Soho is on our right now, for those of you. Those of you who don't know your London town. So we come to the end of our journey. We're a young 28-year-old Alexei Sayle, still full of hope. His whole career in front of him. Dreams of television stardom and live success, dreams that came true. He's cycling towards London's Comedy Store. And here we are, the north end of London's Dean Street. A young Alexei Sayle, young Rick Mail, Benjamin Saunders. We all revitalised British comedy. Then we got old and fat and complacent. Now we do shit like this. At least it's not We Will Rock You.